Well, I started out myself as part-time. I make jokes that I started out as the lowly part-timer. I knew nothing about paint whatsoever, so Hal took a chance on me. And I think it was my dazzling interview. I had been working as a waitress and was very tired of that. It's a tough thing to do. I have the most respect for the career waitresses because it's horrible. So he had an ad in the paper, just a blind ad, help wanted at paint and decorating store, and I thought, oh, that's all right. I just had bought a house recently and had fun redecorating stuff, and so I thought, what the heck, it'll maybe get me out of here. And so I went, and he called me for an interview, and I went on a Tuesday, I remember, and I had done a lot of customer service stuff before. I'd worked on a tour boat and worked at the restaurant, obviously, and I'd worked at a store, just a general store in Battersea. And in my hometown. And so talked to him, and he said, well, I'll call you at the first of the week and let you know. And he called me that night, actually, as we've kind of done since then. When we're hiring people, we kind of say we'll call them later, and then when we know for sure, it's like, what, we're not going to make them wait, we're just going to call them. So he called me that night and said, when can you start? And I said, when do you want me? And he's like, Friday. And I'm like, okay. So I promptly went in the next day to the restaurant and said, you know what, I'm done. And I knew it would be okay because there were lots of girls who were wanting to pick up hours and things, so it was fine. And so I started on Friday, and we weren't open yet. It was a week before we were opening, and we had boxes of everything piled everywhere, and so I helped set up the wallpaper department because that was going to be where I worked the most, as I found out. And I knew nothing about wallpaper other than my grandma used to hang a lot of it. So, but it was a steep learning curve, definitely. But I think it was probably about a month and a half before I actually sold my first gallon of paint, because I just kind of took it all in, watched Mike and Hal sell things, and learned as much as I possibly could.